Girl, let me take you out to a dinner and a movie. What up, gang? I look crazy. This is how I'm feeling right now, so this is how we're showing up to the pod, you know? It's either show up like this or don't show up at all. You feel me? You feel me? Let me get the mic. I don't know if this is sounding good. Hold on. Let me see if this sounds good. I don't know how to start this off because I honestly haven't filmed in a while, which we'll get into, but I'm just going to start it off. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Lonely Beloved, the pod, and we are back. I don't think that's how it goes, but you know. She said, that was good, bitch. Actually, you know what? I'm done saying that. I do know what I'm doing here. I'm here to make a difference. I want to create a safe space for anyone who feels like they're starting over. If you're like me and you're about to enter your 30s and you have no idea what you're doing, this is the podcast for you. We're figuring it out together, babe. We're back. And yeah, it's another week. It's another week. I did skip a couple weeks. I skipped 2 weeks. Don't be mad at me. Okay? Don't be mad at me. As you can see the state that I'm in right now, you can understand as to why your girl did an episode every other week these last 2 weeks instead of back to back. First things first, it's Pisces season. Let's talk about that. First things first, it is Pisces season. And I, for the most part, feel good. Like physically, I feel good. I am a little bloated because I just started taking creatine, which is fucking crazy. Like if you guys don't know what creatine is, Google it. It's worth a goog. But I've just been like trying to up my wellness journey, and that's one thing that I've wanted to try. And I feel like I've been upping my protein and upping my water intake, and so I feel like it's been something that I wanted to tackle, and so I'm tackling it. It's going to be a long journey, but I'm excited. But other than that, I feel good. The creatine feels good. I do feel, like I said, bloated from that. I feel like the first 2 to 3 weeks is like water weight, like they say. So that is true. And yeah, other than that, physically I feel good. Mentally, I've been a little per se, if that's how you want to put it. Yeah, I have just been in a rut. I'm not going to lie, guys. I've been in a rut. I'm turning 30 in 18 days. No, 18 days. Girl, I don't know how to do math. I'm turning 30 in 8 days. No. How many fucking days? 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 9 days. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. You see what I'm saying? My brain is fried. I don't know what's going on. My brain is fried. But anyways, I'm turning 30 in 9 days and I have some conflictions about that. I'm putting my phone on Do Not Disturb because I just can't. I recently had to take my phone off Do Not Disturb and it's disturbing me. For those of you that don't know me in my real life, my phone has been on Do Not Disturb since they came out with the feature. And I don't mean setting it for different times, having it only set for different people. I mean having it complete. My phone has been complete dead to the world communication since the feature came out. I think that's one of the best features that Apple has ever invented. Like I love Do Not Disturb, and recently I've had to take it off for some personal reasons, and I hate it. I don't like it. It's not my favorite. So we're putting that bitch on for this hour or so I'm filming for because I just can't. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I'm turning 30 in 9 days and I don't really know how I feel about it. I feel like for the first good bit of my life, like I've always looked forward to turning 30 and I've always been excited about it because I've always seen people talk bad about it. And I'm that person that's like, if someone's talking bad about something, I want to go look for the good in it, if that makes sense. And so I've done that just my whole life, and kind of vice versa. Like if someone really likes something, I'm going to find the bad in it and like kind of go against it. But I always end up finding good things. So it is what it is. But long story short, I have always had this like connection with turning 30. I don't know why. And after 29 was like not my best. And so now I'm like nervous to turn 30, whereas like growing up, I was so excited to turn 30. I was like, 30 is going to be the best. I'm going to have so much fun. I'm going to throw a huge party. It's going to be insane. Like 30s are going to be my best. And part of me still believes that. Like I truly believe that like my 30s are gonna be really, 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 like, I don't know, I just have this crazy feeling that 30 is about to be really, really, really fucking good. And I can't help but have the like parallel thoughts of that, or like the other side of that, where it's like, when I was younger, I was so excited to turn 30 because I saw I saw a specific version of myself at 30. You know what I mean? Like I envisioned this like whole entire life by the time I was 30. And I'm nowhere near that at all. Like I can genuinely say I'm nowhere near where I thought I would be at 30. And I think that's what's kind of fucking me up a bit. And I'm just like coming to grips with that. So recently I've been a little down in the dumps, but I feel that I'm shedding it. I feel that I'm shedding that layer. I feel that I'm like coming out of my hole. I feel that like things are starting to progress in a good way. So I don't know. We'll see. I am, for the overall part, excited about my 30s. Like I'm really excited. I have been feeling like a shift in the energy in these last couple of weeks, and call me crazy, but I think it has something to do with the planets and the Pisces and the new moon of it all. There's a couple retrogrades in March that are favoring my chart specifically. So call it crazy. I don't know. If you believe in that shit, holler at your girl, because I do, and I see it playing in effect. But I am nervous. If I would be lying if I said I wasn't nervous, because society just like puts this insane pressure on the number 30. And it's like, you're supposed to have X, Y, and Z by the time you're 30. And I think this new generation, millennials, zillennials, whatever you want to call them, like them on the cusp right there, I think they're kind of changing that. And so I'm kind of just going with that vibe. Like 30s is new, it's fun, it should be exciting, and I don't think there should be any like labels or expectations put on it. And yeah, I'm just trying to like do it in my own way, go about it in my own way. And I've just been like self-reflecting these last few weeks about everything. And one thing I've really noticed is I am such a kid at heart. And I think that's why I'm having such a hard time turning 30. I'm excited about it, but there's still that other side of the flip coin where I'm nervous as fuck. And I think that's where it comes into play, is because like I am such a kid at heart. Like I have such a, I don't want to say like immature mindset, because that's not the correct word, because I'm not immature by any means. I would like to say I'm very emotionally intelligent, and I'm self-aware, and I'm an adult for the most part. I don't want a crock pot, but I am an adult. And but I am such a kid at heart. Like I love to play. I love to play. And I think that's like something that I never want to get rid of. But I also have this like fear that no one will take me seriously, because I do love to play, and I love colors, and I love playful things. And I just don't like taking things so seriously. And so, but I also want to be taken seriously with my craft and the things that I'm doing. So I think that's where I'm finding like the juxtaposition of it all, and like kind of on the scale of those two things. Like I'm excited, but I'm also nervous. I'm excited because it's a new fucking decade in my life. Like I feel like a completely different person, and I feel like this rebrand is coming, or a rebirth of a sense. And I'm excited for those things because I'm a Pisces. I love change. I can't stay in the same place for too long. And I'm excited to go chase the things that 30-year-old Deja wants, which I think are the things that I've always wanted. And so I'm excited to pursue those things wholeheartedly and just like be myself. But I'm also nervous because that's like scary as fuck, is to like be who you are 100% of the time and pursue those things and be unapologetic about it. Like it's scary, but I don't know. So I'm coming to grips with those things. That's what's been going on in my life. That's why you guys haven't seen me in a couple weeks, because I've been losing my mind. But I feel good now. And I'm also learning that like, if I'm taking becoming a full-time creative as seriously as my future self wants me to, and as seriously as I need to be taking it, I have to show up even when I don't feel like it. And I feel like I slipped these last few weeks, and your girl's back on it. So, not saying that to like justify anything or whatever, because it's like, girl, shut up, just put out the content, like the people will come. And so that's what I'm focusing on. I'm just doing the content, filming it, editing, and putting it out. And in due time, I will become a full-time creative, and I will be chasing my dreams. I'm chasing my dreams right now, but I want to be like in it. And so I will be sooner or later, but that's neither here nor there. So yeah, that's how I'm feeling about turning 30. That was a lot, and that was a mouthful, and that was a rant, but that's literally how I'm feeling. And that's what this podcast is about, is to have a space where people can just come and vent and have a good time. AKA me talk to the camera, you listen, and hopefully engage in the comments so we can be friends. You feel me? Because that's the vibe, you guys. That's the vibe, you guys. And I don't know, March always feels really good to me. And so I'm excited that we're in like the second week of March, right? We're in the second week of March. Yeah, we're in the second week of March. And next week is my birthday, which there will be a birthday episode, which you guys will see. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what the vibe is. That's kind of like the update. We had a couple guests in a row, so I'm excited to just be like me and you this episode and vibe out. And that's what we're going to do. And just have a good freaking time, you guys. I will say in my term of, I don't even know what to call it. Like just a creative rut. I was really in a creative rut for like 2 weeks. I needed to feel something and my life just didn't feel whole and I needed to feel something. So I immediately went to the television and turned on Scandoval. Immediately. I went straight to the episode. I needed to get right into the middle of it. If you guys don't know what that is, it's Vanderpump Rules. It's a huge, I think it happened like almost 2 years ago now at this point, or maybe a year ago this time. I can't remember, but actually insanity. Vanderpump Rules is one of my favorite shows ever. And I remember when Scandoval happened, like it felt like a huge shift in my life. It felt like something insane did happen. Like this man was with his partner for almost 10 years and cheated on her with one of her best friends. And it was just the ultimate drama that we needed. Like, let me actually see when it happened, because I need you guys to know. Hold on. Let me see when this actually happened. Scandoval. Look, it literally comes up. So season 10, episode 15. 10 seasons in. First of all, one of my favorite shows ever. Like, ever. So Scandoval, it aired in May 17 of 2023. So it happened in March of 2023. So yeah, 2 years ago. But it was absolutely insane. And the way that like Ariana came back out of everything, like I think that's what I really enjoyed about it, was because she turned the story not about him and not about Raquel. She made it about her and like the things, like the good things that were coming to her after this like traumatic event in her life. And I think that's incredible. But it was honestly insane. Like I really needed to feel something. So I turned it on. And like the fact that they did the Scandoval episode and then immediately filmed the reunion right after that is diabolical. Andy Cohen, you are crazy. It works, but you're crazy. Because the reunion, it was so fresh. And I think this is what Vanderpump is good at, is because they really are good at getting like the fresh, real, raw emotions in real time and editing it and airing it to the people. Like that shit's incredible. But it was just insane. The reunion was insane. They were literally coming at Tom like a pack of dogs. And I just like needed to feel that. I needed to feel that because he is so annoying to me. I've never liked Tom Sandoval, even from like season 1. He was so annoying to me. And immediately I knew he was a narcissist. Like I couldn't deal with it. There's a difference between like a feminine man who needs to straighten his hair before his acting audition and Tom Sandoval. Like those are two different things. And he was pushing it to the limit. He was being a narcissist. He just wasn't a good dude. And I just never liked him at all. Like it was always, what can Tom do to look good in front of everyone else? And I just saw right through that bullshit. Just like Jax. And Jax, oh my God, the whole shit with Jax coming out actually kept me going these last couple weeks as well, you guys. I'm sorry, but if you are an adult and your frontal lobe is somewhat developed and you watched seasons 1 through fucking 6 to 7 of Vanderpump Rules, and you're gonna sit there and say that you had no idea that Jax Taylor was an addict, you might be an addict yourself, because it is clear as day that these young adults on this show who are being filmed, mind you, were on drugs. They were all on some, like, I don't mean to say all. Maybe they weren't all on something. He might be one of, the few in the cast that has an actual addiction to drugs. As you've seen, there are multiple people on that show who have gone sober and done those things. Props to them, because that shit is hard. But like, If you watch the early seasons of this show and didn't think for a second that Jax Taylor, what? You weren't paying attention, babe. You were not paying attention, because let me tell you, that man was on something 9 times out of 10 on that show. The way his eyes would pop out of his head when he got angry, he literally got 3 nose jobs. Like, something's not, what's not clicking, Steven? He's taking his shirt off in a parking lot, some random restaurant in Vegas, for some girl who clearly doesn't want to be with him. You think he's sober? You think he's sober? No, babe. He broke up with someone after she went to an AA meeting on a curb outside of the AA meeting. He broke up with her. And you're going to tell me this man is sober? He came out on that interview with Alex Baskin like it was news to everybody. Like, we just didn't know. Now, granted, I feel like a lot of us knew, but I also listened to Brittany and Kristen's episode of, what was it, When Reality Hits. I just listened to that, and Brittany, so sweet. She's so classy. I love her. You can tell that it was a lot deeper than what he was making it seem in his interview. So I think that's why maybe he came out and said it like it was some breaking news, because when the way he talked about it and the way she talked about it was 2 different things. Like, she's scared. You know what I mean? And he just seems like he's doing this for the bit. You know what I mean? Like, it's just another character development in his story. You know what I mean? It's just another plot in his story. But for her, she's like scared because she's seen some shit. She's not obviously revealing everything because she has a kid to protect, and she did love this person, and she's probably still does a lot, which is understandable. She was with him for 10 years, married to him for a few of them. So it's like understandable. And it's just insane, like, watching, because I've rewatched Vanderpump back so many times, and just like watching these young adults battle with everything from like a serving job, how to pay your rent, to relationships, to like parents, to trauma. Like, they're dealing with everything. Imagine your 20s being filmed when you're experimenting with drugs, when you are out drinking with your friends because you just turned 21, 22, 23, you're ready to go. You know what I mean? Like, you're serving, you're in the nightlife. So like, I understand how that's like a slippery slope and things can get out of hand, but it's just insane. Vanderpump has been on my mind a lot lately, and I just really needed to feel something, so I had to watch Scandoval. And then the whole thing with Jax came out, and I was like, girl, duh. There's literally an episode of y'all doing coke on the table, and they just forgot to edit it out. Like, you're not hiding anything, babe. Peacock ain't hiding nothing. Bravo ain't hiding nothing. It is what it is. And I think that's kind of what it is like these Bravo celebrities. A lot of them do have substance abuse problems. We've seen it on Housewives. We've seen it on, so many of these reality shows. And it's honestly entertaining, so thank you. We appreciate that. But it's also sad because these are real people. You know what I mean? Like, these are real people. These people have kids. These people have families. These people have parents. And so it's just insane. It's just insane. But it's honestly been keeping me going. Reality TV keeps me going. Let me tell you guys, I love reality TV. Whenever I just need to feel something, I pop on Housewives. I pop on Vanderpump. You know what I'm saying? If I'm really there, like if I really need something to like really get me there, Jersey Shore. Every single time. Jersey Shore, or even Geordie Shore. If you don't know anything about Geordie Shore, oh my God, you guys, I have to look up Geordie Shore for y'all. So Geordie Shore is like Jersey Shore, but they did it in the UK. It is I spelled it so wrong. Look, I don't know shit about shit. Geordie Shore, you guys, it's actually insane. Like, you think Jersey Shore is insane? No, this uncensored, they show everything. Like, when these people have sex and stuff, like, they show everything. And it's insane. I think you can watch it. Where can you watch it at? Let's see, streaming. Oh, you can watch it on Amazon Prime or Paramount Plus. It's so good. And the girls on there are so funny. It's insane. But no, Jersey Shore gets me there all the time. Jersey Shore is so good, you guys. Like, I want to have a Jersey Shore summer. Like, I want to have a Jersey Shore summer. Like, I want to go down to the shore for a week and rage my face off. I know, like, Karma and all those fun clubs aren't there anymore, but I feel like there's still some good clubs there that we can rage at and have a good time. I want to do that. You know what I mean? I was actually just talking about, like, sober curiosity on my Instagram story a couple weeks ago. And And now I'm talking about going to the Jersey Shore. So that in itself should tell you a little bit about me and who I am and where I'm going with my life. But if it doesn't, I'll just let you know. I don't know what's going on. I'm lost. So yeah, because like when I do drink, when I do drink and I go out, I always wake up the next day and I feel like shit and I hate that feeling. But like, I love to go out and have a good time. And I love an espresso martini after dinner. Like, don't get me wrong. And I love oysters and Aperol spritz. So it's like, I don't know. You know what I mean? I feel like if I go to the Jersey Shore, I have to black out. Right? Like that would be the only way to actually really do it. But also like I should probably just indulge in some character development and get better at that. You know, like I probably shouldn't want to do that. That doesn't sound healthy or seem like a good route. So maybe I should rethink that. Yeah, I'll rethink that. We're going to put a pin in that and come back to that. I'm drinking a Celsius because I actually have shit to do today and I need to get it done. Filming this podcast is one of them. Princess wants to go outside. Hold on. Oh, I can't open the door. Go. Love you, girl. Go. I don't want to shut your tail in the door. Thank you. Love you. Yikes, you guys. Yikes. But no, I'm drinking the Celsius because I actually have shit to do today. And I need to get it all done. You guys. There's just a lot been going on. Also, in my 2-week hiatus, I did post this on my TikTok, but I broke my celibacy streak, if you will. I don't know if that's what you want to call it, but I did. I was celibate. I don't know if it was by choice or by default, but I was celibate for like 5 years and it was bad, you guys. I mean, if that's your thing, do it. By all means, do it. I think celibacy is a beautiful thing. I actually found out a lot about myself and what I'm looking for and who I'm looking for. So yeah, I do think it was good. Do I think that I did this celibacy out of self-discovery? No. I did it pure out of insecurity. Like I was so insecure with my body and who I was for so long that I like didn't give anybody attention. Men, women, anything. Which is women, we will get into it a little bit. We have some revelations there on that forefront. But anyways, I just couldn't see myself being like physically intimate with someone, let alone like emotionally intimate with someone, because I wasn't either one of those things with myself, if that makes sense. And I don't mean like physical intimacy, like flicking the bean, girl. I mean like appreciating my body, exposure therapy, like really appreciating and being grateful for my body, loving my body, looking at myself in the mirror and like not feeling disgust. You know what I mean? Like that, like that's what I mean by physical intimacy by myself, and emotionally as well. It took a couple of months of therapy and it took a lot of months of isolation to like really figure out what I like about myself, what I don't like about myself, how to fix that mindset, how to go in and like rewire those parts of my brain, because I'm fucking incredible and like I need to be my biggest fan, and I'm slowly learning that and I'm slowly becoming my biggest fan. And I know to some people like in my life, they may think that like, oh, because I'm very like, everyone tells me that I'm very confident and I'm very like out there, which I do agree. I do have confidence to an extent, but like most of that confidence I'm exuding is strictly based, like it's strictly like a defense mechanism. It's strictly like a wall. Like I either will self-deprecate or self-boost myself up before someone else does to like get ahead of the punchline, if that makes sense. And I do it with compliments as well, like kind of like try to like boost myself up in like a confident but like funny way. Because if someone else tells me something about myself, I won't take that as a compliment. Like I'm not good at taking compliments. So if I say it first, then I'll just get it out of the way. But I also do that with like mean things about myself too. Like I love a good self-deprecating joke. Like I feel like those are the best, but like not always the best for like my mental health. But like I was saying, I was celibate for a long time because I was really insecure and I just couldn't, I don't know. I couldn't see myself like laying down with somebody, if that makes sense. And I couldn't see myself like getting on Hinge and like meeting a random person And I wasn't confident enough in person to like go up to somebody and talk to them and like start something and then get their number. Like I just wasn't confident for a long time. And I think I was faking it for a long time. And recently I just came to terms with like, okay, this is who I am. I love who I am. I love who I'm becoming. I love this journey that I'm on. You know, I have the free will to change anything about my body if I want to. I have an amazing physical, able, and healthy body that I get to use every single day. And I've also realized that like I have the power. If I choose to be intimate with somebody, I get to choose that. You know what I mean? And I just started like really thinking in that manner versus like my insecure manner, if that makes sense. And it kind of really completely changed everything for me. Like I said, I feel this shift in myself. I feel like this rebrand of some sort. And I really feel like with that rebrand and like with me changing and the times changing and just the tides, you know what I mean? Like the mood, like I can just feel shit changing. And I don't know, I want to lean more into my womanhood. I want to lean more into my sexuality. I want to lean more into who I am as a person and as a potential partner to somebody. Because I do see myself in the future having a partner and having a life. And I feel like that takes time to build, especially self-confidence. Like I don't ever want to be that person that gets in a relationship with somebody and ruins it because I'm not self-aware or self-developed and I'm not willing to take criticism and change and do things like that. Like I don't want to be that person in a relationship. So I'll take the years of loneliness, of personal development, of isolation, if that means that like my future partner is out there doing the same thing, like working on themselves. So then like when we become one, it's incredible. You know what I mean? So I'm being patient in that aspect, but yeah, everything will happen when it's supposed to happen. And I feel like again, with that change and with that shift comes, it'll be good. It'll be good. And I want to encourage other people to listen to your body, listen to your mind, listen to the things that like you're asking the universe or God for and lean into those things and really pursue those things, even if it's scary. Because like to me, you guys, the scariest thing on the planet is to like pursue somebody. And I'm like doing those things here and there. And so I think just like stepping outside of your comfort zone, stepping into your fears instead of stepping away from them is what gets you closer to what you really want. So if you're someone who's listening to this and you feel fearful and you feel scared of something, whether if it's of a career choice or if it's chasing a partner that you want, or if it's, you know, stepping into the dating world, if it's, you know, whatever it is, like if you're scared of that thing, lean into it because it's probably the one thing that's going to reward you the most. Like if you're scared of a career choice, like if you're scared of creating content, if you're scared of, you know, chasing your dreams and going after, you know, that one thing that really excites you, like lean into that because the one thing that scares you is probably the thing that's going to reward you the most and give you the most out of life is because you took the balls to go pursue that. And now I'm on a tangent, but yeah, I broke my celibacy with a man, which is kind of unfortunate because I was telling my friend this the other day, like I can see myself being physical with a man, but I cannot right now in this moment, I can't see myself getting emotionally attached to a man, if that makes sense. I was always that friend who was like the friend. Like I was always like the designated funny friend, if that makes sense. And I was fat. So pretty much I was the duff. You know what I mean? I was the designated ugly fat friend. And I was always the person there, you know, making them laugh. I would hang out with the guys all the time. Like I was a tomboy, so they, you know, I could play with them. I could, you know, do all the things that boys did, but like was never looked at as like a girlfriend. And it just like kind of skewed my mind a little bit how I see men because I always felt like they saw me as the friend. So like immediately when I meet a dude, I just turn on friend. If that makes sense, like I'm just immediately the friend, like I'm joking here and back, like there's really no flirting. It's just like we twins for real. You know what I mean? And I think I've kind of self-sabotaged in that way, but like that's really who I am as a person. Like I really am a tomboy and I really do connect with men like mentally and women as well. And so I don't know, like that's always been my life. Like I've always been the friend. And like if someone was like, like, I don't know. Like, it was never like, oh, my friend likes you. It was always like, I was always pursuing the friend. I was always pursuing the guy, and they were always like, nah, you're my bro, like you're my friend type shit. And so I've always been friend zoned. Long story short, I've always been friend zoned. And so like, I think like now in my life, I'm at a point where like, okay, like I'm just automatically going to be the friend. And that kind of sucks because I kind of have to build that wall down because I've built it so far up that it's like now when I think of a man, I just think of sex. And I think that's bad. Like, I think that's bad. Like, I shouldn't just look at men like a piece of meat, you know? Or is that bad? I don't know. Honestly, at this point, I don't really know what I'm doing. I don't really know what I'm doing with my sexuality either. Like, I think I've said on the podcast in the past, like in college, I've hooked up with girls, never dated a girl. I've hooked up with them. I've had a little munching series, you know, I was a munch for a little bit. And I'm not ashamed by that. Hey, you got to try shit and figure out if you like it. I feel like sexuality is like food. You got to try shit. If you don't like it, then you never eat it again. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's kind of how munching on the box is. Like, you try it. If you don't like it, you don't go back. You know what I mean? If you like it, the first time you go back, you see if you like it again. You know, it's just like this ongoing thing. And to me, sexuality is so fluid, and it never crossed my mind that I'm like, okay, I'm 100% straight. Like, I don't know. It's just never crossed my mind. Like, but recently it has, because the man that I slept with, we're literally having pillow talk, guys. We're literally having pillow talk. And this man turns to me and says, I didn't think you wanted to do this. And I said, sir, what are you talking about? What do you mean? Because in my head, I'm just like, I like men. You know what I mean? Like, I assume they like me too, which obviously is not the fucking case. I've been single for 30 fucking years. But anyways, he looks at me, he's like, I didn't think you wanted to do this. I said, sir, what the fuck? Like, what do you mean? We literally just had sex for 2 hours. What do you mean you didn't think I wanted to do this? He was like, I thought you leaned more to the other side. I said, what are you talking? Is this Star Wars? What do you mean the other side? He was like, I thought you were a lesbian. I said, okay. And this is understandable. This is understandable. So when he first said this, I kind of had to think about it. I said, what do you mean? He was like, I just thought you were, for the girls, the gays. I said, I am for the girls, the gays, and I am for the girls, the gays in the days. But I also like, which sucks for me. Honestly, it sucks for me. And I understand because there's a lot of evidence out there. I played softball my whole life. I am a tomboy at heart. My outfits scream lesbian. I'm not even like trying to take people away from the allegations at this point. I'm not even trying to beat the allegations at this point. I have a lot of masculine energy, and some would say that I would make a great lesbian girlfriend. Like people in my life have told me, like, if I was a lesbian, you would be my girlfriend. Like, my straight girlfriends tell me that. I understand the vibe, okay? I understand the vibes. I understand the vibe. What did she say? I know the vibes. I know the girls and I know the vibes. Like, that's literally my life. And so when he said that to me, it kind of took me aback. I said, oh, I had like this epiphany. I was like, oh my God, this is why I've been friend zoned my whole life, is because they all think I'm a lesbian. And I got accused of being a lesbian at the gym the other day too. And it's just, fuck it. I'm just going to be a lesbian for this summer. How about that? Maybe that's what I should do. Just be a lesbian and like try it out and see what the vibes are. See if I like it, Maybe that's what I'll do. Or maybe not. I don't know. Maybe after this year, I'll be bi. Who knows? But that's the thing. I've never considered being in a relationship with a woman. Yes, I've considered hooking up with women. I love women. I love the way they look. I think women are beautiful, amazing, incredible. Love kissing my girlfriends. But I don't know if I could date a woman. You know what I mean? But I also don't know if I could date a man. Maybe I just only see myself dating myself. Yeah, I have a problem. I should probably figure this the fuck out. I should probably figure this out. Turning 30 in 9 days and I don't know my sexuality. I think that's fucking crazy. But it is what it is. That's neither here nor there. All I have to say is I'm making my roster great again. That's really what we should focus on. I broke my celibacy so I can make my roster great again. And I think that's where we need to go with this. Because my roster used to be great. And then it used to not be so great. And then the last 5 years, there was nothing. I didn't entertain anybody. I didn't give a fuck about anybody. I might have had a couple of like little flings here and there, some make out sessions, some like foreplay, nothing fucking crazy. Never gave anybody a chance these last 4 years because what's the fucking purpose, you know? Since COVID, I feel like I was reborn and had to figure out who I am. And I'm in that stage of figuring out what the fuck I want to do with my vagina. And it's hard. It's a hard decision, okay? It's tough. It's tough. Jeez. Just a lot, okay? It's just a lot. It's just a lot. It's just a lot. But I feel like I can rally the troops and make my roster great again. I feel like I can do it. But I'm also in a headspace where like if I do find somebody good and we settle down, like I'm down for that too. But I'm like hosting tryouts right now, if you would say. So like I need a roster of at least like 3 to 4. You know what I mean? And again, I don't want to bring anybody from my past into this new era. So maybe not. Maybe I'll just do a couple. Like someone who is a friend who I know who is like, it'll be comfortable. Someone who I don't know at all. And then like maybe my gym crush. How about that? We'll do that. We'll do that. Okay, cool. Yeah. That sounds easily manageable. And like if you're watching this and you want to like make my roster great again, just slide in. We're holding tryouts every week. So just let your girl know. Just let your girl know. But apparently I look, dress, and act like a lesbian. I have a lot of masculine energy. And I'm funny. So if that's something that you're looking for, then go for it. But I'm down, you know, because I feel like every tomboy girl has like a little gay boyfriend. And like, I feel like if I were to date a man, like he would have to be a little gay boyfriend. Like he would have to be like, not gay, but like he would have to dress like a lesbian. You know what I mean? Like he would have to have that like mask, lesbian, crop top, cool ass hat, sticker tattoos everywhere type vibe. You know, like that would have to be the vibe. So I don't know. We'll see. But breaking celibacy was fun. Had a good time. There were some things that like I would like for it to be better. And that's why I think I need to get the roster going again, because I feel like you can't get everything from one person when you're just like trying to figure out what you want. So need to go back to the board there. I'll probably stick a pin in that as well. We'll come back to that as well, maybe next week. But yeah, celibacy is fucking crazy. And honestly, I encourage it. I really do encourage it. Like decenter your life around men or women, whichever is your default, whichever is your kryptonite, and get rid of it for a little bit. See how you act, see how you feel. And then once you crack that soda back open, it's a good time. You know what I mean? So have a good time, lean into it. Be smart though, because I don't want kids, and like you have to be smart these days. And I feel like in my 20s I was not smart. So just be smart, you know. But I feel like if you are turning 30s, or even if you're in your 20s, just bust it wide open. You know, just bust it wide open, as you should. We only have one life to live. And again, be smart though, because our reproductive rights are null and void at this point. So make sure you're being smart. If you're in a blue state, hallelujah. If you're in a red state, get the fuck out of there. Yeah. I feel like I'm ranting, and I feel like editing this is going to be so hilarious. I just wanted to like give you guys some updates on what's been going on. Catch a vibe really quickly. Caught a vibe. Baby, are you going for the ride? I just want to say good night. Whatever the fuck she says. I want to get into what I've been loving recently. Starting from the top, music. My whole entire brain has been consumed with Role Model. I don't have any other notes for you guys. I don't have any other artists for you guys. Role Model has consumed my brain, my Apple Music, my Spotify, my YouTube, my text messages, my everything. Tucker Pillsbury has done something to my brain chemistry, and I don't know. You guys, I was driving the other day, and you'll see a vlog on this soon, but I was driving the other day. I was listening to Role Model's newest album because he dropped the deluxe album on February 14th, so I've just been listening to that. And I was like, oh, I keep seeing like him on TikTok, like on tour. So I was like, I wonder if he's on tour right now. And so I Googled it, and it was like, he's going to be in Orlando on March 4th. And this was like a couple weeks ago. I was like, oh, I'm getting the ticket. So I bought the ticket. I saw him last Tuesday. It was incredible. I saw him at the House of Blues in Orlando. It was incredible. His everything is amazing to me. He's so charismatic. He's so funny. Like his banter with the crowd was so good. Like the Role Model sphere or fan base, they just have like their own language and their own inside jokes, and I'm obsessed. And he's so cute. He sings so good live. All the songs are so good. Like in this album, you can really tell he put his whole heart and soul into, and I just love that. And I don't know. I love sad heartbreak songs, and this album really did it for me. Like, it really did. I think him and Ariana Grande were like, last year were my top 2 artists on like my replay. And I think that says a lot because they make sad songs, but like cover them in bops. And that's like my favorite type of music is when the lyrics and the premise and the feel of the song is sad, but the melody, the harmony, the vibe of the song is like upbeat, you know? Like that's my vibe. So I just think he's been flooding my brain and I'm obsessed with him. He's so fucking cute. And that's what I mean. Like he dresses like a masked lesbian and I'm obsessed with him. That is prime example. Like he is daddy and I'm just been obsessed with him. So that's what I've been loving music wise. Pop culture wise, I really have been immersed in the Vanderpump of it all. I don't know why. It's not even relevant, but it's just been my vibe lately. It's just been my vibe and I don't know what else to say. Hold on, y'all. I gotta get this camera right again. Y'all can't see my hair because it's terrible. But I got plex on plex on plex, like Soulja Boy teeth. Product-wise, what have I been loving product-wise? I don't think I've tried any new products recently, so I can't really speak on that. I will say, along the line of product, fashion, things like that, I have been loving the style of like Adidas, not Adidas, but they just came out with a pair. That's why I'm thinking them. But the ballet flat of it all, people are coming out with ballet flat like tennis shoes or slip-ons or like low profile shoes. And I am obsessed with this shit. I'm obsessed with this look. Like Adidas just dropped. Let's see. I'm going to show you guys. Because it honestly is incredible. Adidas. I think it's Taekwondo ballerina flat. Yes. Oh my God. Oh my God. Like I am obsessed with this shoe. I need this shoe. Like, are you kidding me? I have been obsessed. Look how fucking fly these are. Oh my God. No, I'm obsessed. But I've just been loving the whole ballerina flat, ballet flat, like shoe look. Like I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. Even these from Nordstrom. What are these? Okay, yeah, I don't know about the cow print of it all, but I like the style of it all. Like the tongue, how that looks a little crazy. This looks like a CrossFit shoe, but I'm obsessed. I don't understand why I'm obsessed. But I have been seeing ballet. Let me see if I can. Well, yeah, a speed cat. Love a speed cat. But no, they're like tennis shoes almost. Let me see. Tennis shoes. They almost look like Solomon's, but they have the ballet strings, that front look, how it's like rounded, like a rounded toe kind of. They have that vibe, but it's like a shoe, like a Solomon running shoe. I don't know. If I find a picture, I will pop it up on the screen, but that's all. I've been loving that trend, and I think that's going to be huge this spring. Like, I think that's going to be awesome, and I'm excited, and I might get a pair, but I don't know because I need to stop spending money. But that's what I've been loving this week or these past few weeks. It's been fun. I might get some ballet shoes. I don't know how that'll look though because I have really flat, wide feet. So we'll see. Might not be able to. That might be a trend that my big ass can't hop on. But if it is, you guys will see it on the gram. For sure. For sure. I'm like ranting and raving at this point. I don't really know what the premise of this episode is. It's just honestly for fun. And I'm here for it. And I hope you guys had fun this episode, hearing me rant and rave about Lord knows what. Lord knows what. I will see you guys next week for the birthday episode. Thank you guys again for watching another episode. Sorry it was so short and brief. I hope you guys liked it. Let me know in the comments what else you guys want to see from Lonely But Loved. If you've made it this far in the video, put a little heart emoji down, whatever color you prefer. Again, if no one's told you today, I love you guys, and I will see you on the next one. Bye. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe as well. You know what I mean? Help your local friend out, you know? Mwah!